Okay, let's see what you got.
Let's go! Come on!
Rally Road Racers. I honestly thought that we aren't gonna have an animated film in May, but this came out and I have no choice but to review it. So now that this film came out, will this be a victory win or will it just be a heroic car crash? Let's find out. The story is about G, who wants to be a racer, but everybody in his village believes that he shouldn't be one, until his village was attacked and destroyed by Vainglorious, and he wants to compete Vainglorious in a race with the help of Nash, the goat. Now here's where my problem with the stories begin. You see, the story is so generic and boring where it makes it super predictable from the very end. Like, seriously, how many times have we heard that story before? Like, there's nothing to make itself different from the others. It's just the same thing. Also, the cliches make it worse, making the film more overwhelming as it can. Also, the humor isn't even that good. Like, it didn't even try to make me laugh or something. It's just that this film somehow still thinks that we're in 2017. Why? So yeah, with outdated humor and a pathetic story like this, it's not saving it at all. Now for the animation. The designs on the animals feel okay, at least passable, and the color scheme is vibrant, which makes it completely interesting. But the rendering is noticeable here. Like, there's some shots that I noticed where the hardware they're using, like, it has a hard time to keep up what the heck is going on the screen. And also, the visuals feel like they came out of a video game from like 2 decades ago, which makes it a bit sloppier. Like, you could notice with the character animation where the lips don't even match up as to what in the world are they saying at all. And as well as their movements, like they're trying to be like those classic Looney Tune characters from the 1930s. So you might think that the animation is mediocre, right? Well, the only good thing about the animation is on the sequence on Take On Me, which they use like rotoscoping technique to use on the characters, which I guess it's a good thing since that's the only good animation from this movie. While the animation isn't like an eyesore to look at, it still needs some improvements. Now finally, on the characters. Well, most of the characters are just one-dimensional tropes, which makes this movie even worse. Let's start off with G, our main character. He's just your stereotypical underdog superhero of the story. He's not even interesting at all. He sounds like a complete femboy. Then we have Nash, G's coach, who's basically a ripoff of Doc Hudson, but remove everything that made Hudson more interesting. Then we have Shelby, who's G's love interest and Archie Vainglorious secret agent. Well, that's it. That's all that she is. She's just a love interest and a secret agent for the villain of the film. And finally, we have Archie Vainglorious, the main villain of the film, who wants to destroy the village where G lives for unknown reasons. That's basically it. He has no motivation at all, possibly greed or something. There's no redeeming qualities about him. He's just annoying as heck and could make the film completely also overwhelming, despite the fact that he had knockoff minions who are called Echoes, which also adds to the film's unoriginality. This film has no remorse. The only good thing about these characters is the voice acting. Seriously, have you seen the marketing for this film? It has talented actors from Hollywood. Yep, King Harold and the yellow M&M are in this freaking abomination of a movie. While the voice acting is at least decent, the characters aren't even that interesting or good. Well, this film isn't even that good, and I expected it to be not that good. I expected it to be horrendous and awful, and so far I will call it an animated atrocity. Rally Road Racers is nothing more but a waste of time and money. Like seriously, like who in the world would honestly watch this? Like you could have possibly watched Cars instead of this, or possibly the Fast and the Furious, but not this. Since this film was from Vanguard Animation, let me ask them this. What were you guys thinking? Like seriously, you guys produce bad film after bad film with no improvements at all. The only film that I liked from your company is Valiant, your very first film, but I consider it very mediocre. I'm hoping for somebody to share this video on Twitter and hoping to get this video shared to them and hoping to get an apology for them, saying, I'm sorry, we're sorry for our movie being this horrendous, we'll try harder next time. And that's it. Like seriously, that's it. Like, the only good things about this film is the animation and the voice acting, but that's it. Everything is just bad. And there's nothing to talk about other than its horrendous writing. So, goodbye.